Okay, this is obstacle 1, which is quite technical. Often the horses are really fresh because we have a series of 8 obstacles that we have to endure with the horses, and the horses will come straight from a little warm-up section of about 5 kilometers. They're warmed up, but they're pumped and ready to roll. The first thing to do is always stand back from an obstacle and look at the line that we're going to be heading towards. Now there's a good course builder, Joseph Mittendorf from Germany, has built options. But really simply, obstacles are only red gates. Red must be on your right, white must be on your left. And there's 6 gates, so A to F. And the aim of the game is to be the fastest person that goes in, achieves the 6 gates and leaves the obstacle. And the faster you are, the less penalty points you get. So if we were going to walk this obstacle now, I'm planning to pick up on the left-hand channel. I visualize that. Now I can't see gate A, it's in the middle of the obstacle, but I do know it's after 3 or 4 times of walking this, I've memorized that gate A is on the right-hand side triangle, on the 3rd triangle on my left-hand entrance. So if we go and do that now. And basically we walk the obstacles from Wednesday to Friday. And it's just a matter of continually memorizing lines and routes. So I've counted the triangles. As I enter the obstacle, I count 1, 2, 3 triangles, and then I can now spot the red A that I'm going to turn around. This triangle is 1, 2, 3 meters in diameter, so I know that's a very respectable turn. Triangles are a little bit tighter than boxes, so I've got that in my head as well, and I'm going to do a full 360. Now there are options. I could have come left into gate A or right, but this is what I think is the optimal racing line. So we're going to do red A. Very quickly, I've spotted gate B, which is a change of direction. Here on the left, there is a knockdown, the yellow balls. That's 2 penalties, which is the equivalent of 8 seconds as a penalty. So we have to avoid those as much as possible. So here's a tricky turn. Off this full right-hand turn, we're going to do a very quick left to gate B. Again, white on your left, red on your right. We now do the change of direction on the gate B. I have to keep my eye on that my leaders don't go through a far gate such as gate D. I have to do the gates in sequence. But once I've done the gates, gate A and gate B, they're dead. We can use the gaps again. So A and B are now free. I'm looking for gate C, which is the very end. I know I'm going to do a 180 degree U-turn on the white C. There's a couple of options. People could go to the right on C, but this is the way I've chosen. We turn on white C. Gate, in my head now, gate D is at the far end, but I have to negotiate a left with a quick change to the right, from a left to a right. But that's with my team that articulates. My leaders turn early, my wheelers follow a different line. I'm now looking for gate D. Again, it's nearly a 360 to turn around the D. So I'm going to go gate D. So far I've taken all the technical ways direct, but now I'm going to go open the curve out. I know now I can go on the inside channel to E, but I'm going to go outside 2 panels and give the horses a bit freer, nicer curve. So we're going to do the nice curve into gate E. Again, being very well aware of this ball, and that's to protect the horses, that the horses, drivers have respect for their animals and the carriages, and they don't hit the obstacle, and if the ball falls off, 2 penalties. So here's gate E. Couple of options to come into the gate A, but I've taken a flowing left curve. F is behind me, so I have 2 options. Take this difficult left-right, followed by another left-right, but it's too much risk because there's 3 balls. There's a ball on my left, a ball here on this obstacle, and a ball on the F panel. So it would be too expensive, so I'm better taking the longer route. So I'm going to continue the circle and give the horses a nice turn, because I've come off a left circle. I've then stayed on the left curve. I'm now well aware that I've got to keep my leaders in, side, because with a team, my leaders will be here and I'll be back 15 meters behind. So the length of the turnout's important, but the wheelers are like bankers. You put your money in the bank and it's safe. So you have to put trust in your wheelers that they hold the line, and the leaders turn early, and then we end up having a team articulating, which is what it's called, the art of driving. So I'm going to pick up off this right turn on F and then get to the finish line as fast as I can. And back there I'll have told my horses to gallop. 1 second later they'll have processed the information and they'll be hitting full speed. Important that my grooms, my navigator, gives me a lot of information. My backstep man, which is the second person on the back of the coach, he keeps the carriage stable. So he'll be leaning at full maximum, because as I accelerate here, we get a thrust of power from the 4 horses, which is huge power. The carriage gets thrown to the outside, and the risk of that is we end up hitting an edge and turning over, which does happen. So it's very important that my navigator and my backstep are like sidecar racers, and they're leaning maximum to the inside so that we get our fast exit and looking again back through the finish line. And fast on, that completes obstacle 1.